All right. Let's get down to it, guys. It's week 18 in the NFL. Welcome to the show. First of all, I'm your humble host, Victor Quinn. This is Speak on It Sports, and interesting week. Interesting last couple of weeks in the NFL. Everybody knows about the Damar Hamlin situation. Um, Great that young man is up and around. He has his faculties about him. He's able to communicate with his teammates, not just him, but his family, his family. I don't want anybody to lose sight of that because we tend to put people in boxes. He's more than just a football player. This kid is a brother, he's an uncle, he's a cousin, he's a son. I don't know if he's a father yet. Father would be. I'm just happy to see this young man is back to where he needs to be. Uh, he's still got a long road though. I mean, he's still where he's coming around, but he still definitely needs to. Yeah, and Terrence, I got you, Terrence, and Peyton Hillis also. If you don't know about Peyton Hillis, he was one of the first guys on the cover of Madden Football. Let me look that up. But Peyton Hillis right now is fighting for his life as well. He's in the hospital. Peyton Hillis basically, he rescues. He rescued his kids from in critical condition from after a swimming accident. And he's in the hospital right now. He was helicoptered to the hospital. He's 36 years old. Um, his uncle posted an update on social media saying that he's 36 years old. He's still in ICU, but improving. We send our well wishes and heartfelt recoveries and prayers to Peyton Hillis as well. Uh, you got to put everything in perspective. Everybody, we look at these guys and think of them just as NFL players. But like I said, there's somebody's father, brother, cousin, uncle, nephew. I mean, they're regular people just like us. So let's not lose sight of that. All right, so what we're looking at this week, there's a lot of things going on this week. First of all, congratulations to my New York Football Giants, 9-6-1, making the playoffs for the first time since 2016. The infamous boat picture. And I'm gonna bring this up for you guys to show you how this has been a curse, they said. And Victor Cruz and I think one of the other wide receivers said the same thing. Man, this thing is haunting us forever. It's been haunting us forever. So I'm gonna I'm gonna share this with you guys. I'm gonna share my screen, and I'm gonna show you this infamous boat picture here. And I want you to check it out. Oh my goodness, look at this. This is 6 years ago, guys. Let me bring this up somewhere. This is 6 years ago to the day. New York Giants, Trey Songz, who was no longer allowed to be a Giants fan, decided that the New York Giants decided it'd be good to go see boat picture. Trey Songz, Victor Cruz, don't know who that is, Odell Beckham Jr., another wide receiver from Giants, another wide receiver, and you have our boy right there. Lord have mercy, forgot his name. But yep, must be the boat. Yeah, so you're right, Terrence. It's the boat picture. This is it right here. This was right before we lost to the Packers. It was just terrible we lost to the Packers. Just terrible. So I just want to put that out there for you Giants fans. we overcame that. We're back where we need to be, and we're happy about that. So, talk about the games last night. Man, oh man, KC. Now, let me just tell you something, guys. I was, we all were young. We all did what we needed to do as kids. We played games. But did you see that how the it's just mind-boggling to me how the Kansas City Chiefs. I wonder how they. I can't even get through this because it's so mind-boggling. What do they do in practice to come up with these plays? They had a play, and I'm gonna see if I can bring it up here. It was ring around the rosy play. It was crazy. The ring around the rosy play for the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs. And it was something that was just like, it was just mind-boggling to me. I'm gonna bring this up and I'm gonna share. I'm gonna bring this up here and I'm gonna share it with you guys. But it was just, if you watching this game last night, everybody was, I know, but it was just mind-boggling to me that they actually pulled this off and that it was actually they got a call back, but still, I mean, really? Come on, guys, check this out. Look what this team did. What is going on in the NFL that that works? Oh, it's crazy. All right, we got our first caller. We got T Sizzle calling. Baltimore's finest. What's going on, T Sizzle? Welcome to the show, brother.
Man, they called that play back because they felt bad for the other team. That wasn't a hold.
57 didn't hold.
That's the worst holding call I think I've seen in the NFL all year.
I know, man. It was just, but Terrence, when you watched that play, Terrence, were you confused? Were you like, what are they trying to just run the clock out? Well, I didn't see as they were coming in as the play happened. I just saw a replay of it. I stepped out. But what were you thinking when that play happened?
I didn't know what to think.
Like,
you never know what to think with the Chiefs. Because the Chiefs do everything they want to do.
They do it so unconventionally, and it works for them because everybody is just so
I don't
unconventional.
believe the Chiefs practice. I believe the Chiefs play Madden, and they figure out how to create plays on Madden.
They went to Madden and said, you know what? I like that play right there. Let's put it in. And I wonder how players take this stuff being implemented in practice because there's a game plan, there's a walkthrough that they go through. And this play comes up, Terrence, and you're on this team. And you go through the walkthrough, and they do this walkthrough. What is going through your mind if you're a player on this team? Are you saying, man, what in the hell? Or are you like, this is going to work because it's just that ludicrous?
I think the Chiefs probably believe it's going to work, and they have fun with it.
Because they have fun with it, right? Nothing stressful.
And I would like to see the plays that they come up with during the off season when nobody's around. I mean, they have a whole playbook of this stuff probably.
What I would give to see Kansas City Hard Knocks. Come on, NFL. Kansas
because
City
you know,
Chiefs
I
Hard
don't know if you
Knocks.
remember when Patrick Mahomes threw the pass behind his back.
Yeah, man. And then he had a pass when he just flipped it like this, just like tossed it like okay, hot potato, it to McKinnon. I was like, what is going on here? This just doesn't seem. This doesn't seem like a regular. He's making it look so easy. That's why. It's just so easy.
They're just having fun.
I know, man. And that's if you take it back when you were kids, and that's exactly what you did. You had fun playing football before money was involved, before owners had all this TV contracts and NFL and all these commitments and everything and the money. It's all money that puts pressure on people. Money, 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 money. We actually did it. We played in the back. We made up plays. We drew them in the dirt. We had fun. I think what I love about Patrick Mahomes and this team, they have not lost that inner child of the excitement of the game. And I think it's special. I think it's very special. So today, okay, let's finish talking about these other games. So that game to me was a no-brainer. I knew that they were going to win. This Tennessee-Jacksonville game, let me tell you something. I don't care what you say about Joshua Dobbs. Do not call him a bad quarterback. That guy was there for 17 days. The first 9 days he was there, he got a wristband. And he came in and almost beat the Cowboys. This kid played his heart out, and he played really well. What did you think about him going up against Jackson?
I'm glad you mentioned Josh. So, what does that say about old boy they drafted?
Malik Willis.
So, what does that say? Correct. So, what does that say about Malik Willis?
And that's the offseason. Let me tell you what, they're not going to get rid of him. But I tell you what, in training camp, Joshua, he's going to win this. He's going to win this. He's going to win the starting job. Because I don't think Tannehill's coming back. He's injury prone. I think Joshua Dobbs wins this game, wins the job, and I think the players on the team respect him more because they know how hard it is to come in and win. And this guy's on the precipice of leading this team to win, and he hasn't been there long.
So is that saying Malik Willis is no good? They don't believe in Malik Willis? They overdrafted him?
They did. They overdrafted him. They don't believe in his skill set. Because if you don't want your guy to come in a game to help you win at all. You go outside your organization to pick up a quarterback who's been on the street, who had to have his mom drive his car to Tennessee, who only had 9 days to look at the playbook and comes out and he has a great game against Dallas. And he damn near beat Jacksonville Jaguars, in my opinion. They really lucked out because that fumble and the strip sack, I'm glad they let it happen because I don't think the offense would have made it in the end zone. Defensive plays won that.
They blew it for me. They blew it for me.
Yeah. They messed up your ticket.
They missed that field goal, blew the spread.
They blew it out the field, right? So, and my thing is this: Tennessee, they had a lot of chances. I mean, they were in the red zone a lot. So, when you're in red zone, you got to score touchdowns. I don't understand why. Another thing is this. Okay, did you notice last night, Terrence, that did you see Trevor Lawrence use his legs at all? Like he didn't run for a first down at all.
He didn't have to.
But that's the thing. But why not give the defense something else to think about? He didn't run at all. Why didn't they use his kid's legs? What was that?
Tennessee has a great run defense.
Yes, they do.
And I think they were trying to limit the hits he was going to get.
So you think that they were scheming for him running?
Yep.
Okay, that's probably why he didn't run. But and then they got cute. I don't like how, Dougie P, I like his call. You don't need to get cute, Dougie P. Run your offense. You got a 6'4" quarterback doing a toss play to a 5'9" scat back, and it's over his head and it fumbles, and you guys, give the ball away.
That was his fault.
Should have handed it off.
He tossed the ball in.
Yes, you don't toss the ball like that. You don't toss the ball like that in my opinion. It's something that you hand off to them just like you do. Put it in the bread basket so they go. But it was an interesting game. Like I said, kudos to Joshua Dobbs. That kid, I mean, the Steelers, I know the Steelers are kicking themselves in the face right now because he looks better than anybody on that team right now, including Kenny Pickett. I mean, I know Kenny Pickett had a couple of winning drives, but imagine Joshua Dobbs on that team with that defense if they gave him a chance. I don't know. I know one thing today, though. I know my Giants don't need to start starting starters, and they won't.
Y'all can drop to the 7th seed, though, can't y'all?
No, we are stuck where we are at. We cannot drop to the 7th seed. We can't go forward. We can't go backwards. Similar to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Giants are going to leave out today.
I didn't touch that game. Y'all are minus 16.
What's that?
Y'all plus 16. Excuse me. Y'all are plus 16.
Yeah, we are the 6th seed. That's it. We are the 6th seed. This is the thing. You don't injure Daniel Jones. You don't injure Saquon Barkley. You get your backup some needed time, because guess what? You may need him in the playoffs. I mean, I want to see Breida run for an entire game. Can he handle that load? You know, get Brightwell in there, and guess what? Daniel Davis Webb is coming in. I like Davis Webb. He's really good in this offense because he backed up Josh Allen in Buffalo, so he knows his offense. He knows the intricacies of it. Only thing is, he can't run. He's a statue, but he does know the intricacies of it. Look for the Giants' overpaid wide receiver today to get in the game.
Hey, I'm glad you mentioned Giants wide receiver. Did you see your boy last night?
Oh yeah. So my wife tells me all the time. She says, "Hey, why are you so salty about him?" Because I said this guy's malingering. I said he only did the best thing for him, what he needed to do. Yeah, he malingered, and he was doing. You know, he always said he wanted to play with a different offense, a more wider open offense. And Patrick Mahomes was that offense, and he wanted to play. Kudos to him. He's doing his thing. I need to get over it. I know, but I just didn't like the guy and the way he malingered. I think New York was just too big for him anyway. He's a Florida boy. You know, New York's just a little too big for him. So kudos to him. He got on a team that's going to go to the Super Bowl or be in the playoffs for a little while. And, you know, we'll go from there. What did you think?
I think that boy got healthy.
You think he got healthy?
Yeah.
So, but what's the difference between the Giants trainers and the Chiefs trainers? This guy he didn't even play for the Giants. He didn't play a lot.
The want to be there.
The want to be there, right? Okay. I mean, I
yeah,
can agree with
that's the
that.
difference in the thing.
I can agree with that. I mean,
I don't know though, because there could be a difference. Because look at the Trent Williams situation in Washington. And Trent's not healthy still yet either, though. So I guess that's a hard one to say. But there could be a difference.
Yeah. So I don't know. So what do you think about this Damar Hamlin issue and Peyton Hillis issue? Is this something the NFL is going to have to look to try to? Because the NFL, Terrence, they're going to try to mitigate anything, right? That brings a bad light on the sport. We all know people can get injured, right? But it's just like war. We don't want to see our women fighting in war and dying, right? So do we want to see our athletes on the field dying in a game that we consider to be our national pastime? What do you think the NFL is going to do right now with regard to this Damar Hamlin issue?
Him going down the way he did changed everything. I'm glad that he's fine. I'm glad that he's pulling through. More still to come. I don't believe he'll ever play football again.
And now hold up, Terrence. Now you and I agree with what you just said. There are a lot of people saying, "Oh, what do you mean he's not going to play football again?" I'm not saying he's not going to play football because he won't be healthy. I think the NFL is going to not allow him to play football. There's going to be some instances where they're just going to put so much medical in front of him, because this can't happen again on the field in the NFL. It can't. Not to saying it won't. Not to saying I'm not putting anything out in the ether that it will, but you understand the ramifications of a guy doing this again on the field.
I don't believe why they saying it happened. I don't believe that it was the hit. I don't believe that the hit made him that made his heart skip a beat, because they say it's a 1 in 2 billion chance that when you get hit this way, your heart is beating.
Exactly.
It skips a beat. I don't believe that. I believe there was something more going on that he didn't know about. Almost like Ryan Clark. When Ryan Clark went to Colorado, found out he had a heart murmur. Yeah. And if he played, it was going to kill him.
Exactly. And guess what? Guess what happened in there? The coach. What did the coach say? The coach said, "Bro, I'm not playing you. Look." He went to Denver and he says, "Look, he wanted to play." And Tomlin, I respect Mike Tomlin, because he said, "I'm not going to play you, man, because I love you. I'm not going to put you out here. So I don't want to see you die on the field. So you're not playing up here, bro." And that was it.
And I believe there's much more to it, but I don't believe he'll play a down of football again. I don't believe that he's doing as well as they say he is either, because I believe they're trying to get the game going back on and his teammates to move on and to play football again. I don't believe that I don't believe all the reports that have come out that he's doing as great as he is.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he's doing. I'm not gonna say he's still doing bad, but I don't believe he's doing as great as he is.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta. Well, I'm not gonna speculate on that, but you think about it though, you kind of make sense because look, you got these guys, and a lot of people say these are grown men, but these are like 22, 23-year-old kids, and these kids grew up in a different time than us, where we could shrug stuff off and continue on, or compartmentalize that and put it in a box until later and deal with those emotions. How do these guys deal with those emotions on the field in today's society where they can't compartmentalize it because it's all around them in social media and everything like that hitting them in the
face? And I believe, as a former athlete, I don't know if I'd have been able to play still, because that's something you've never seen before. I've never seen a defibrillator on the field. I've seen a guy paralyzed. I've been part of a hit to paralyze somebody. I've never seen a defibrillator. I've never seen somebody's eyes roll in the back of their head and them no breathing, no nothing. Like, I've never seen that.
And that's what makes it.
And
that's what I played semi-pro sports as well, and that's what makes it more real. Because when we play sports, we're just having fun, but when we see stuff like that, we don't look at, I might have a heart attack, or I might get hit, I might get paralyzed. We just play. But when it happens and you see it, you're like, man, this is real. This can happen to me as well. And it puts a lot of things in perspective.
And what made it the most real was they can't answer why. That's what really makes it real. They can't say, well, he had a condition. They're not saying anything about why it happened. Players want to know why. I understand that it happened. We get it. We're past that it happened. But now we want to know why. We want to know what caused it. Can it happen to me? Is this going to be, am I the next one? Why? They haven't given the whys yet. And for them to have the owners meeting and their little secret owners meeting and come out with some different scenarios for the playoffs and everything, but no one is still discussing the why. The NFL hasn't come out and said anything. The Players Association has not said anything. No one is talking about the why.
Exactly. So check this out, right? So he suffered this heart attack, this cardiac arrest on Monday, and that spent the week fighting for his life. But people look at this and they say, what else is going on? So I'm looking at how he's going to take care of himself after this, right? Because a lot of teams are going to be scared to put him out in the field. Because one, injury clause and all that other stuff, right? But look at this.
And
he has a contract that contains a standard split clause designed to pay him at a lower rate. But in light of the situation, he's on a 4-year, $3.64 million agreement. Now, everybody's going to say that's a tremendous amount of money. They're not looking into the taxes. They're not looking into what this is split over the 40 years and what he has to pay out. Subjected to an adjustment. So despite the fact that he's been placed on IR this week, Buffalo said that they worked out an agreement with the NFL and NFLPA to pay him in full. So I want to put that out there. A lot of people were looking at this saying that, hey, the NFL is going to screw him because they have a split in his contract with regard to him being put on IR that would reduce his salary. And I was telling the wife today, I said, you know who could fix this? Too easy. The Buffalo Bills could fix this and pay his bills, because he's got to pay his doctor bills. He's not a vested veteran, so he doesn't get any money a month. So what if this kid doesn't play anymore? Where does that leave him? In your opinion? You with me? You still there, Terrence? T-Sizzle.
But here's the thing, though.
Okay.
So he's not vested because you got to be there for 4 years. So he won't be vested.
Yep.
His medical bills, I believe the bills are going to help cover that. I believe they're going to do. I believe they're going to do the right thing and help cover his medical bills. Otherwise,
right?
He has no money.
Happened at work, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, they may pay the rest of his contract out, and that may be the end of it. Similar to another guy who got hurt years ago off the field, and his contract was paid out, and the team paid his medical bills, and then you never heard from him again.
Yep.
And what's $3 million? What's $3 million to the NFL? They write it off anyway.
Yep, exactly. It's right off.
Same thing with the medical bills, but I mean, you're not going. And he's actually from where I went to school at. I mean, I went to school in Pittsburgh. So McKees Rocks, I'm familiar with the area. I actually coached in the area.
Okay.
So I'm very familiar where he's from, and he'll get a lot of love from the area. I mean, the Pittsburgh has already given him a lot of love. I believe that if Mike Tomlin is still with Pittsburgh, he would try to bring him onto the organization in some capacity.
Okay. So let me ask you this question. A lot of people don't understand this too. And the wife brought this up to me. She said, okay, a lot of people are thinking that his and it's good that they do this, right? Donate to his toy drive. But what about him? He can't touch any of that $7 million. It can't help him. It can't help his family. I mean, I think they need to start a GoFundMe for him. Or do you think it's in bad taste that they start a GoFundMe for an NFL player? And the perception is a little odd.
It's not. It's the perception of it.
That's
People
what
aren't
I'm
going to give because they're going to say he makes so much money, and the NFL has him, and the NFL has him back. But nobody understands that in the collective bargaining agreement, these players don't get anything. Their medical went down. Their medical after they get out the game, the NFL covers went down. How much they get after they retire went down. They can't touch some of the money. Most of them can't touch money until they're 65. They don't get that. These guys, yes, they get, and this is why I agree with Lamar Jackson not playing, because if Lamar gets hurt and it's catastrophic, and 10 years from now, he's going to pay his medical bills when he can't walk down the steps. He has to buy a house that's only one level.
Yep, exactly.
These guys are responsible for the medical bills for the rest of their life. I mean, that's why Jim McMahon was suing the NFL.
Yeah, because he had so many concussions, and he's got to pay all these bills. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And people say Tua needs to retire.
Yeah, now Tua is, that's a different situation. Not a different situation. It's still a medical issue, in my opinion. That's a decision he needs to make in the offseason with his family. And they need to look at himself. And the team needs to talk to him about what he wants to do with his life. Because every time I watch Tua, I don't know if he knows how to. And there's a such thing. People don't understand this. There's a such way to fall in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? There's a way to fall. He falls and just and he hits his head all the time. Regardless, I don't know if it's his weak core he has, but he falls all the time and he hits his head, causing those concussions.
Well, if you think about Tua, he's had 3 concussions in the NFL this year.
And this year. This is one calendar year.
So how many did he have previously? How many did he have in college? How many did he have his first year?
Exactly.
How many did he have in high school?
How many concussions has he sustained? How many concussions has he had that he's not reported?
Because when we played, concussions were nothing. You went back in the game. I remember one time waking up in the back of an ambulance, told him I was good. I knew what day it was. I went back in the game in high school.
Exactly. We had smelling salts. And I remember feeling woozy in the game, and it was like go on the sideline, you sit down, get a smelling salt, and you come back in the game. There was no such thing as CBA, concussions, anything like that. Nobody, you just got your bell rung is what they call it, right? You got your bell rung. Coach, you say, you got your bell rung. Go ahead and do what you got to do. Yeah. Take care of what you got to do. And that was it. So, yeah, so I got a mirror effect going on here. No, but seriously though, I mean, it's just something that the NFL has to look forward to. And I had looked it up. There's no lifetime health care for the NFL players. If you guys want to look at that, NFL players plan Hold on a second. I'm going to share this with you so you can check it out. NFL players plan here. This is the summary plan. And what these players don't understand is how they screwed themselves over a little bit of concessions during the year. You know what I'm saying? Versus long term.
Yep.
And that's what happened. These players screwed themselves. So you guys can go look at this. I'm going to post this up on the Speak On It page. You guys can go check this out. I'm going to post this PDF up here. This is the NFL player benefits plan here, the summary plan of NFL insurance plans. And a lot of it has to do with players that are vested. So it's basically when they mean vested, what have you put into the NFL so you can get your you can get something out of it. So. And right now, the NFL during this partnership, Quility will be the official life insurance provider of the NFL. LA through partnership will support more than 17,000 former NFL players and members association with life insurance offerings and financial solutions. Life insurance ain't gonna help. It's health insurance. All right.
They're entitled to 5 years of medical after they retire.
Yes, and that's the thing. How long does it take to get those things dealt with? It takes sometimes. I mean, I have appointments. I've been in the military 23 and a half years. Right. I retired. So sometimes it takes me 4 or 5 months to get an appointment to see a doctor. That's just to see a doctor, right? Not getting what I'm going to see them for looked at. So you find yourself going to outside caretakers to get that promptly looked at, which in turn you have to pay an upfront fee for, right? And who's to say these guys in these 5 years you have that insurance after you get out, not lifetime, 5 years, that something doesn't pop up in 6 years or 5.5 years after you get out? What's going to happen then? People say, "Oh, you need to get your money right." Well, a lot of people,
and I know,
I understand that. I understand it, Terrence. People are looking at you.
I mean, I got the military. I got the military with knee problems. I still have knee problems. Have knee surgeries. Now I got hip problems. So I already know. And from playing sports all my life in the military, I mean, it's one injury is compounded over life and leads to something else. My knees have led to my bad hips. My hips have led to my a foot disc in my back.
Exactly. Yeah, these are things that you can't get away from as a soldier, and some things that the NFL play. So I don't know if you heard about this. You know who Kevin Whitlock is?
Yes.
So did you hear Kevin Whitlock's take on the whole instance with Damar Hamlin?
No.
So Kevin Whitlock went in. I mean, he went in on one of Kevin Whitlock's rant on Dominic Foxworthy. He basically said Dominic Foxworthy is basically doesn't know what he's saying. I'm paraphrasing right now. And that, these spoiled NFL players are crying over spilled milk, and that they knew the dangers of the game, and that they make millions of dollars, and they're talking about an NFL salary cap, and they're saying players should be guaranteed money. It's very interesting. I'm gonna post a little bit up of it here, but I want to hear your take on. Do you think that players in the NFL should have their salaries guaranteed, like baseball, basketball players have?
The only ones that have true guaranteed contracts are baseball.
Oh yeah.
Basketball does have guaranteed contracts, but there's much litigation written in those in football, basketball contracts, soccer contracts that take these guys' money away to drop the dime. Baseball is the only one I know that once they sign, their money is guaranteed.
As far as Jason,
I've never heard of a baseball contract being voided because, of this or this. I mean, you have players that have retired 20 years ago still getting paid in baseball. Football's not going to do that. Football is not generating. Football's not generating money like they used to.
I want you to listen to something here, okay? Check this out. I'm gonna present this to you. Just listen to this here. I want you to listen to this guy here.
Yeah, that's a valid comment.
Fearless. To me, that's just a little bit crazy. Hold on, here it is. He brought up one thing, right? He says that, and I understand it to a certain degree. These guys do get paid handsomely. I understand it, right? And to say that, to say that our first responders, to say that our soldiers, to say that our teachers, to say that everybody in those fields who actually have an imprint on our youth in America and America itself are underpaid. I totally understand. I totally agree. Firefighters who put out fires, who help people, EMTs. You got EMTs who actually, and somebody made up a great point. I heard this yesterday. They said, "Do you know that the least paid person on the field saved the life of one of the most, of a higher paid person? The least paid person on that field saved somebody's life, and that's an EMT." So I understand that. But what I don't like about what Jason Whitlock stated was he doesn't have compassion for human compassion. You got to be compassionate to people. I don't care about $1 million and what they're doing. This kid he had an issue. And what issue you have with Ryan Clark or Dominique Foxworthy, yeah, those guys are doing what they need to do. But what should be noted here is that Damar Hamlin, this man stopped breathing, and he had a defibrillator put on him on the sideline, on the field. This man is a son, uncle, a nephew. I mean, this is a human being. So that's what I get off of that. I understand we are grossly underpaid. Military people are grossly underpaid. Am I asking for a salary cap on our pay? No, I'm not asking for that. But what I'm saying is we are grossly underpaid as people who protect this country and the people in it. What say you about that?
Yeah, you're 100% right. Everybody's grossly underpaid. That there's nothing that can argue that. I mean, we have guys that make billions and millions of dollars, and and the one percenters, with athletes, it's a little different. The majority of these athletes wore the other 90%. Mm-hmm. They were most of these guys are guys that had nothing their whole life.
Yep.
They've taken their family and brought their family up. They're not the Bill Gates of the world. Most of these guys come and they try to bring back to their community. The majority of them. They try to uplift their community with the money that they've made and who they become. So it's not like you have guys, and I'm speaking for the ones that come back and help. It's not like you have guys that don't come back and try to raise money and give money to the community and uplift to to bring the next guy or the next 5 guys up, just like they had the chance to.
Yeah.
So most of these guys are taking their money and pushing it back into the community.
All right, 512-539-0686. Be a part of the program. On the phone with T Sizzle, Baltimore's own. T Sizzle, go back and talk to us before we start talking about these games. I want to talk about your event that you guys had in Baltimore, for your for that wonderful woman out there. I guess she was tailgating. You said, how did that go?
Oh man, it was great. You know, I mean, it made it even, it was even greater for me because the Steelers upset Baltimore, so it made it even greater for me.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to my college home, Pittsburgh. But it was a nice event. I mean, she 40 pounds of wings, 10 pounds of taco meat, 10 pounds of shredded taco chicken.
10 pounds of taco meat, 10 pounds of what?
Shredded taco chicken, 40 pounds of wings. Salads, all the fixings. She did a little big tailgate thing, and she had a tailgate party at the house, and just to celebrate the Ravens and watched a great game.
And you catered that joker for her, huh?
Hey, I try to help the Ravens fans. They don't win a lot. They're a little sad of Lamar still. So if I can give them a little food to help them out, I try to.
Oh, goodness. So Terrence, so somebody else wanted to get to call you to set up something like this in that area. It don't have to necessarily be for the Baltimore Ravens. It can be for anybody. If somebody's a fan and they want to set up one of these at their home or their house, how do they get in contact with you?
It's just, they can either look for me on Facebook, Terrence Matthews, or they can go on Instagram to Porky Sauces at Instagram.
What is it?
Or they can just reach out to me by phone.
What's the Instagram?
Porky Sauces. PorkisAuces.
So CorkIS. You need to just post it up in here. Post it up in the thing on my in the comments for me. Post it up in the comments so everybody can get it. If you're looking for a good tailgate out there in the Baltimore area, it doesn't have to necessarily be for Baltimore Ravens, but you guys do have a playoff game coming up. So look up Terrence. Terrence is going to post it up in the comments section up here. Definitely get with Terrence. I mean, what was that, Terrence? What was that one you were talking about? You had stuff. What last time? Stuff. What was it? Crawfish. What was it?
Say that again.
You had. You had my mouth watering over some food. You talking about stuffed. What was it? Something last week. I forgot what it was. You had some stuffed or some type of, I don't know if it was shrimp or some type of crab cake or something like that. Uh-oh. We lost you, Terrence. Terrence, go ahead and give us a call back there. Terrence is going to give us this information. He's going to call us back. 512-539-0686. Be a part of the program. Definitely lock this number in right here, 512-539-0686. And like us on Facebook at Speak on the Sports, Twitter at NYG Men for Life, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're feeling brazen. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. See if we get Terrence back. AT Sizzle, what's going on? We had a little bit of communication issue. So what I was telling you to do is go ahead and put it up in the comment section up there on StreamYard here, and we'll make sure we get it out to everybody so to make sure they can reach you. But there was a particular dish that you had last week that I was salivating over. I forgot what it was though. It was I don't know if it was crab cakes. Was it crab cakes?
Oh yeah, I had some crab sliders.
Woo.
I had some stuffed beef with crab meat.
Oof. Crab. Oof. That sounds good, man. I gotta let you come do a Super Bowl party for my Giants when we win the Super Bowl.
Hey, look, if your guys go to the Super Bowl, I will fly down there. I'd be more than willing to do a party.
Really? On God, you do that. On God.
I would do that.
Okay. All right. On God. Giants make the Super Bowl. We have T-Sizzle down here in the big backyard. Man, I'll do it up too. If my Giants Super Bowl, you cater, we're going to do it up. You can invite the whole family down there. We're going to have a ball down here, bro. Texas is going to be live. That means the Cowboys is out of it too. All right, so let's get into these games. Like I said, Terrence, don't forget, post that piece up there in the comment section so everybody knows where they can go in Baltimore area if you're out there. Or if you want Terrence to come out there Fly him out there to hook you up, man. Fly him out there to do a tailgate for you guys. I mean, he gonna post some food and everything. You go to his website, check it out. Sounds good. So Terrence, let's get into these games, Terrence. Today, we got Atlanta and Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's 8-8, already in the playoffs. They're locked in at the number 4 seed or 5 seed. 5 seed.
Tampa's gonna be the 4th seed when they
4
win.
seed. And they're going to be in Atlanta, who's 6-10, have nothing to play for. Dennis Ritter's playing, Desmond Ritter's playing, and they got a lot of people out of this game. Tampa Bay is probably going to play Tom Brady maybe a quarter, or not even a quarter. Maybe, in my opinion,
No, Tampa must win.
What's that?
Tampa must win.
And Tampa might win. So, I mean,
no, they have to win.
Well, no, they don't. It doesn't change them. It doesn't change them at all. They won the NFC side. It doesn't change them at all. They're like the Giants. They're guaranteed their spot. The only thing that could change is somebody gets an injury, and we all don't want that to happen. Injuries will happen. So, who you got in this game? Tampa Bay or Atlanta?
Tampa.
All right. We're off to a good start, Terrence. You and I having the same mindset here. All right. Minnesota, Chicago, no Justin Fields. I don't know who the backup is on this team, but Chicago is 3-13, up against the Minnesota Vikings, who are 12-4. Do the Vikings pull this out, or is this one of those games where, hey, whatever? Because there is a scenario where they can move up to the number, I think 2 seed. Here's the scenario. You said Minnesota?
Yep, Minnesota wins.
Okay, I got Minnesota as well. All right, Baltimore 10-6 for Cincinnati 11-4. Let me tell you something real quick. I think Lamar Jackson is putting them on notice. I don't know if he's that hurt. I can't tell. I'm not a doctor, but I've seen people come back from injuries quicker than he missed 4 games, and guess what? Them jokers lost. And I think he's sending a message. They're already in the playoffs, but he's sending a message to them. The winner of this game today, a coin flip is going to be happening for the wild card game. I don't know how you feel about that either. But who wins this game? 10-6 Baltimore without Lamar Jackson, or Cincinnati, who's 11-4 and have all their complementary players again?
Cincinnati by 14.
I agree with that. So right now, me and you we're on the same wavelength here. All right, here's a throwaway game. Houston 2-13-1 versus Indy 4-11-1. They're in Indianapolis. Sam Ehlinger is going to start. Davis Mills is going to start for Houston. A lot of players are going to be out for this game. Who you got winning this game?
Indy.
Oh,
must win.
You and I are
Indy must win for Jeff Saturday.
Same brain right there. All right, let's speed through these quick because I know games are starting right now. All right, New York Jets, Miami. Jets are out of the playoffs. They're going to start Joe Flacco. Miami needs to win this game. Probably most likely get the 7th seed and get some help. All right, who you got winning this game? Miami's got a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, Skylar Thompson. I'm that just came on my TV. 7th round pick out of K-State. I picked Miami to win, but I don't know who this kid is.
Yeah, you like me. I don't know who he is. I picked the Jets to win this game. I think they're just going to show up for the last little bit. All right, New Orleans, Carolina. Carolina with the bed last week against the Tampa Bay Bucks, lost the NFC South. New Orleans stopped the Philadelphia Eagles from clinching last week. What say you about this game? Who do you have?
I got no clue. This is like this is almost like worse than the Indianapolis-Houston game.
If you had to pick, who'd you pick?
Probably New Orleans.
All right, you and I are sharing a brain on that one too. Cleveland and Pittsburgh. All right, Mike Tomlin's 8-8 right now, I believe. They're trying to get him not to have a losing season. I mean, that's in itself is just amazing. Cleveland, all the Jadeveon Clowney issues. I don't think he was there enough to affect the team or to make them worse or better. Who do you have in this game? Cleveland at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh needs to win.
Pittsburgh win, and I think Jadeveon is in a Pittsburgh jersey next year.
Oh, my goodness. Buffalo already already got a pick six. Pick six touchdown for Buffalo. I mean, they're already getting DeMar right this game. All right, the New York Giants 9-6-1, who don't have any horse in this race. Daniel Jones isn't playing. A lot of the starters are going to be out. Saquon Barkley's not playing. Davis Webb's going to be quarterback. Look for Breida to be the running back, and Brightwell. See Kenny Galladay out there trying to get his 76 catches and 1,000 yards to get his $750,000 bonus against Philadelphia Eagles with a hobbled Jalen Hurts coming back, who need to win this game 13-3 at Lincoln Financial Stadium. Who's winning this game?
Philly.
All right, you and I share the brain on this one too. The Dallas Cowboys, the 12-4 Dallas Cowboys, who Michael Irvin stated that they want to see Tom Brady. All right. You might wish for something you don't want there, Michael. Washington 7-8-1. Sam Howell starting this game at 3:25 p.m. Who do you got winning this game? CeeDee Lamb needs about 8 receptions to break the all-time leading receptions leader in Dallas history right here. Who do you got? Excuse me, 80 yards to break the all-time yardage record for the season for the Dallas Cowboys. Don't be shy.
I think Dallas gets it, and they beat it by 3.
That's right. Okay, I said Dallas too. All right, here's another throwaway game. Los Angeles Chargers, they're already in the playoffs against, let's ride it, 4-12, Russellus Wilson, Denver Broncos in Denver. I doubt that Justin Herbert's going to play the entire game. He might play a few snaps. Who will you have winning this game?
Russell, I mean, the Seahawks is better. Russell Westbrook don't play.
You said they better if he don't play. Damn.
Yep.
That's messed up. Okay. All right. So you got the Chargers, I take it. I picked the Chargers.
Yeah.
All right. LA Rams and the Seattle Seahawks, 5-11 Rams. The only team in NFL history who came back after winning a Super Bowl had 11 losses. Going against the 8-8 Seattle Seahawks, who need to win this game. They need some help to get in to get that last spot, that 7th spot in the NFC wild card. Who you got this game?
They win. Seattle wins and they don't get in.
Seattle wins and they don't get it. Okay, I figured the same thing. I got that as well. All right, Arizona 4-12. No Kyler Murray. No backup quarterback. Now they got the backup to the backup in for San Francisco. Brock Purdy, CMC, Debo's back. Greenlaw is the only person that's out today on the defense. I think it's going to be a railroad of a game. And they just told them, concentrate on this game. Don't worry about anything else. Who do you have winning this game? San Francisco, Arizona.
Who's the backup for San Francisco?
I don't know.
So that's probably who we're going to see playing in the second quarter.
Yeah, Brock Purdy's going to be out. They're going to win it. But who do you got winning the game?
Whoever San Francisco's backup is, he's going to get his first win.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go back because I didn't go to this game. New England, Buffalo. Buffalo just scored on a pick six. They're at Buffalo. New England's at Buffalo. New England wins this game against Buffalo. They're in the playoffs. They're in
New England. Belichick might go ahead and retire and go somewhere and go home because he ain't winning.
Exactly. I picked Buffalo as well. All right. This game to me, and I'm going to – this will be our last thing we talk about, and I think we're sharing the brain with this. I think it's going to be the most exciting
Green Bay
game.
Green Bay wins big.
That's right. This Detroit game in Lambeau, both teams are 8-8. Green Bay wins, they are 8. Now, what happens if they open up a can of worms? If Green Bay loses, Seattle wins, Detroit wins. I mean, it is crazy right now. So you said Green Bay wins this game by a long shot.
Remember last week I called my 30-point game and it came true. Well, they scored 20. They beat him by 29.
Yeah, they destroyed it. It was pretty bad. So, all right, hey man, I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna let you enjoy the games. Like I said, send me that information So we can post it up on the webpage. I am definitely going to post up the NFL's plan here, the NFL's player insurance plan, so everybody can check it out. Go look it up on the at Speak on It Sports on Facebook, and you can see it. You guys can view it for yourself. If you have time, you want to read it, I'm going to post it up there. Terrence, as always, brother, I appreciate you, man. Love you. I'm happy that your event went off without a hitch. And 2023 starting off well. We'll kick it again, brother. We'll kick it again.
Definitely.
Definitely. You have a great day. Enjoy the football games, brother.
You too now.
All right. All right. Appreciate you, Terrence.
Okay.
All right. That's Terrence from Baltimore. Great guy. Love Terrence a lot. But we need to get into these games, guys. All right. Pork sauces at Instagram. Terrence. So you got it right there. Pork sauces at Instagram and Terrence. So think about that. I'm going to post that up there on the webpage as well. You can get this show and give Terrence a shot, man. You know what? Opportunity knocks, man. Give him a shot right there. Opportunity knocks for him. So see what he can do. I love you guys as always. Enjoy the football games. I'm out.